Hey, what's going on, friends? It's me, Ernie Davis, the People's Coach. And this week, today, I want to share with you public speaking tip number 17. Number 17, this is one of my favorites. You know, a lot of people stand up to speak. And they stand up to speak, and you've probably seen them before. You've probably been at your school, your job, your, different places, your church, or different community organizations. You know, what's the first thing that happens when a person stands up to speak? Well, they jump up from their chair, or the place wherever they were seated at. They walk over to a podium. And usually, if you pay attention, you'll notice that on the podium, there's normally some notes. And they read those notes extremely well. I've seen a person read a speech for an entire 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, I saw a person read a speech for an entire hour and a half. 1 hour and 30 minutes. They read from the paper. And it was eloquently written. It was one of the most well-written and well-prepared presentations I've ever heard in my life. It was very well written. But I would never pay to hear that presentation. It sucked. Really, it was boring. It was very well written. But here's the thing that a lot of speakers, for some reason, they don't understand this. A lot of professionals, people who want to give good presentations, they don't understand it. And you know, when I first started, many years ago, I didn't understand this. I didn't understand that when you write your speech, you know, it's smart. One of the smartest things you'll ever do in life is writing your speech. But if you really want to be effective, if you really want to be good, if you really want to be able to give an effective presentation that captures the audience attention, pulls the audience to you, interests the audience, provides some entertainment, knowledge, inspiration, you want to persuade your audience, the best thing you can do when you sit down to prepare your presentation is this. Public speaking tip number 17. Write it like you would say it. That's it. Write it like you would say it. Not the way you would read it, not the way you would find it, you know, in your 10th or 11th grade or college English class, okay? No, it's not English composition. You're not writing a formal technical report, and if you are writing a formal technical report, that's a different video, whole different topic. But if you're looking to persuade your audience with power, if you're looking to connect with your audience, to have an awesome impact on your audience, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to write your presentation as if you would speak it. Write it as if you'd say it. Now, here's the thing I want you to know. In America and in most countries I've been to, and I've been to over 19 different countries, okay? But in America and in most of the countries, most of the 19 countries I've been to in the world, written language is a lot different than spoken language. Am I right? Think about this. You know, when you read a book or a technical journal or a manual, the language is very complex and it's very different. All the sentences, they're very well scripted. Periods are all in the correct places. Commas all in the correct places. But when you talk to your friends, when you talk to the people that you really enjoy talking with, conversating with, your grammar, your words, your paragraphs, and your sentences, they're constructed a whole lot differently. You may have never thought about that. But it's true. You see, when you're going to write a presentation, don't write it unless it's a technical presentation and you're going to give this presentation to the English board, or you're going to stand up to do something extremely technical, and all the academics are going to be sitting in the audience and they're going to be watching your every word, you know, connecting the dots, whatever they do. If you do it like that, write a technical essay. But if you want to win friends, influence people, and have a positive impact on the lives of real people, keep it simple. Keep it extremely simple. Write it like you would say it. That's public speaking tip number 17. Write it like you would say it. Use simple words. Simple words. And if you want to know if your words are simple, say the words. You know, they say that these words have these things that we call, what do they call, syllables? You've probably heard of it. Syllables, right? Syllables. Words have these things we call syllables. And by simply saying the word, if your words have over 2 or 3 syllables in them, you know, expecalidocious, fragilistic, if your words are extremely complex and have lots of syllables, it's a bad thing. That's the way you would write it. We love writing technical words with lots of syllables. Technical words that sound very educated and smart, right? They're great. You see, in the technical lab, your professors, your educators, smart people, they can pull out their dictionary, right? Yeah, they can pull out their dictionary. They can pull out their lexicon. They can look those words up. You know, and it's kind of reminds me of one of the things I used to tell my guys when I was in the Navy all those years ago. I used to say, listen, you're going to write a report, and it's great, but here's a problem. If we have to get a lexicon or a dictionary to understand the words that you've written in your report, you're losing points. And if you're losing points as a public speaker, you're losing audience members. And if your audience members are dazing off and going left and right and thinking about other things that are more exciting, if they break out their phone and start to check Facebook while you're giving a presentation, you've got a problem. Your words are too complicated. You wrote your presentation the way that you would read it, not the way that you would say it. Write it the way that you would say it, and you're going to find that you're extremely effective. Because here's the best part. When you write your presentation the way that you would say it, you don't have to worry about being perfect. Because when we speak off the cuff and we speak to our friends, our language, sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes we stutter, we stammer, sometimes we repeat. And when you're in public speaking, when you're giving a presentation, that can be extremely effective. Extremely effective. You want to connect with your audience? You want your audience members to feel like you're talking to them? Yeah? Well, public speaking tip number 17. Write it look like you would say it. Join me here for number 18. I'll talk to you on the next video.